Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I will warn you that the probably will be some swearing in this video. Wasn't going to do a video, I was just going to put an odd short up here and there, basically until I move. Because work has now commenced on refurbishment with the house, so hopefully we can crack on and move on with that and move forwards with with the move and stuff. So looking forward to that. But there's been a few things that have been chewing on me, especially, well, probably for a couple of months now, with the whole social media, YouTube, whatever you want to, put it down to. I literally, I've said this many a times, I do this just because of my shitty physical situation. I just wanted to see how far I could actually push myself, and literally nothing more than that. No agenda, nothing like that. But there is a number of channels that have agendas, and whether that be that someone's making a living out of, and I'm just talking about this hobby now, that someone's making a hobby out of it and they feel the need to, bitch about them on the, right down to the way that they sit in front of the camera, and what age groups are watching that channel and how much percentage and all that. And I'm just like, really, it's just flipping a model railway hobby. It's just a hobby to be enjoyed, show off what you can do, enjoy what you do. Simple as that. Stop bitching on other people. It's just starting to really piss me off, because it's a hobby at the end of the day, and I just, I'm probably going to lose a lot of I'm not bothered about the subscribers. I'm talking about, I could lose some friends over this, but I'm not going to sit here, sit and just lull on it, because it's really pissed me off. It's just, just for fuck's sake, man, just enjoy the hobby. There's people are getting free stuff and they're shoving it down your throats, like Hornbys TT is so great, and you don't know it's going to be so great. You don't know if it's going to take off, because there's not people coming into this hobby anymore. Yes, there was a little spike in, when we was all locked down and stuff, but this hobby, it's not getting, in this country anyway, in the UK, it's not getting the people coming into the hobby like it used to. People are into their computer games now and all the rest of it. This, I wouldn't say it's a dying hobby, but it's, it's not the new kid on the block either. There's people want to do computer games and all the rest of it. So it's just like, I don't know whether TT will, me personally, and this is my own opinion, I think this is Hornby's last ditch attempt to, salvage something. But, given Hornby's production and Hornby's quality and quality control and their pricing and how they're going about their business model, I fear that Hornby, and it's my own personal opinion, is on its last legs. It's chucking some ideas out of the market and just literally hoping for the best. I personally don't see TT going, it might be around for a couple of years, but I just, it needed a lot of companies to get involved with this. And, Pico already make track for European TT. I don't see it personally, but the Bluetooth, again, I'm sat on the fence with it. I don't know. But it's a kind of wait and see thing. Now I'm pointing at some decoders here because, as I said, there's a lot of I'm not going to name channels or anything like that because I don't do that stuff. Unless someone's calling out like Mr. Davis did, then, and I'm not going to attack these people personally. But I did watch something the other day. I was kind of cheesed off because 60% of my locos have got Lias decoders inside them because they're cheap. Now, I've never had a Lias decoder break, blow, or anything else, or any problems with the Lias decoder. They're roughly about, I've had them as cheap as 12 quid, and the most expensive one was £17, which I actually got from France because I couldn't get a hold of any. But 60% of my locos have got Lias DC decoders in. Never had a problem in. Now, this person said on their video that Lias decoders were shit. Now, I would like to know how they formed that opinion because, did they buy any? Have they actually used any? Or is this just, their friend said it was shit? Because as far as I'm aware, they don't use and never used a Lias decoder. But I have had a DCC concept one that's blown. I've had a Gauge Master one that's blown. Now I bought 4 of these Motorola ones. I've got my last one here. 3 are blown, and that's the only one that's left. It's still in the pack. But again, I'm not slating any of these decoders because it happens. Decoders blow, from any company. I don't think there's such thing as a bad decoder. I don't think that you can single out a single decoder and say it's the best decoder. You can have your own personal favourites. I will just use Lias because for me, they've always been reliable. They've got good CV options. They're all written down. They're, probably more in-depth explanation of the CV options than any other company that makes decoders. But is DCC Concepts bad? No. Gauge Master bad? No. Motorola bad? No. Even though I've had 3 out of 4 blow, I still wouldn't consider them bad. It's just, I'm guessing, just unlucky, I suppose. I don't know. But, my preference is if I'm going to buy a decoder, I'll buy a cheap one because if it does blow, it's going to be cheap to replace. It's my way of thinking. But I've never had a problem with Lias. So for this person to say Lias is crap because they're pushing another agenda of another company's decoders, I don't think so. I've got nothing personally wrong with this person. Nothing personally wrong with it. But to say that Lias DC decoders are crap, I would have to have 10 blow for me to say they're not very good. But I haven't had a single one blow. I'm not saying go out and buy them because I'm not endorsing, anybody's stuff on my channel. I'll either say it's good, it's not good. But with Lias DCC decoders, I've never had one blow. So I don't have a problem with them. Has this person had 10 Lias decoders? Nah, I don't think so. Because they've got other companies' agendas at heart. And I think it's wrong, really, that that they've turned around and said that Lias DCC decoders are crap. Because, unless you've, that old saying, don't knock it until you've tried it, springs to mind. And I'm not talking about buying one decoder and it blows and, oh, yeah, that's shit. Well, no, you need to have more than one and have more than one, an issue with more than one to, have an opinion on something, There's a couple of companies I could sit here, I could slate them to the hills because I've had more than one product from them and it's been more than one product has been bad, but I won't because I'm not here to hurt anybody's business. But on the same note, I'm not here to push any agenda on any other business. I have my favourite stuff that I use and I will say it's my favourite stuff. I enjoy using it. The results are good and whatever. When it comes to the bad companies, I won't say what companies are. I just won't even give them a mention, you know, because I don't have an agenda for a company or against a company. You know, I don't believe that there is any bad decoders. So, you know, and there's this just getting free stuff and just pushing that agenda just because you've got free stuff. It doesn't sit right with me. It pisses me off, you know, because there's a lot of people will go buy stuff on the back of what you said, and they could be disappointed, you know. So it's been chewing at me. It's been chewing at me for a while. There's been actually quite a lot of stuff that's been chewing at me. Yeah, hence why I did this. It's not quite finished yet. I've got a chair there. I'm gonna have a little guy just sat there having a glass of vodka or something. But this is the Stare Browa, which is old brewery in Polish. And there'll be a tram line running at the back, and the actual tram stop will be called Stara Browa. Polish is coming on really well. Getting to learn a lot more. It's quite a hard language to get around, but I'm getting there slowly. So hopefully we'll be moving soon. But like I said, I didn't really want to sort of be so negative on a video. But there's a lot of people just literally just pushing stuff just because they got it free, and you know, and I don't believe it's their correct and true opinion on what they're pushing. And it kind of cheeses me off because I know some guy that's maybe got 100 quid to spend, or spend it on a A4 TT range loco set or whatever, you know. And it could be ended up thinking, my God, I've wasted my money on this shit, you know. So I think reviews should be fully independent, and an honest review, and then people can make up their minds on watching 3 or 4 reviews whether they should buy an item or not. Hence why I don't like to do that endorsement, because I would hate for someone to spend their money on something and then come back to me and say, well, you said this was good, Mark, you know. And you know, I'm not here to push anything. I'm just here just to show pretty much what I can do in my physical crappy situation, and just enjoy the hobby. And a lot more other people should kind of take a leaf out of that book and just enjoy the hobby, because there's a lot of people spending more time bitching about other people. And you know, there's a lot more stuff to what I'm saying, and if you read in between the lines as well, you'll know exactly where I'm coming from. But not for me to get into. So I really have waffled on way too much, and probably said way too much, and probably upset a few people, but I just really needed to say it because I'm getting sick of people just trying to push their opinions on others just to sell something from another company. You know, if someone want to buy something, then, you know, if they ask you your honest opinion, you can give it them. So let's get these on track. They're class 189s, as I said. Well, that's an ES64, a BR189, but they are basically 189s from same moulding, obviously different countries, and been given different numbers, or, you know, loco numbers. So I've got me shite Lias decoder inside my shite hobby range Pico locomotive, and I'm really happy with it. So there you go. Very quiet, very cheap, very well detailed, actually more detailed than I expected for the hobby range, to be fair. But, you know, I'm okay with that. So we're just gonna give it a little Yeah, I'm actually over the moon with the level of detail on this. You know, for a hobby range, for your basic model, it's really impressed. You know, and it was, in my opinion, well worth the money. So what I'll do is see if I can. It's not worked in the past, but we'll give it a go. See if we can hook up to those containers there without actually having to manhandle them. But I do apologise for being. I'm not a negative person, but it's just so much stuff that's just been grating on me with the whole social media. I don't think that, no. So just bear with me a second. I'm just going to go and connect them manually. So got them connected up. Just basically just show some wagons on. But yeah, really quiet as always. I don't know. Stupid wheels. Hang on a second. I'll just switch that off. Yeah, wheels on that front container wasn't quite sitting right on the track. So, but yeah, as I was saying, really happy with the details of this 189. But for a hobby range, and for £74, well, 70 quid this was, 64 for the other one, so £6 difference. The cheaper one coming from Germany. But yeah, it's got for me, enough detail, you know, especially because I am a clumsy git, and you know, do tend to break a little bit off and on. Yeah, very happy. We won't get the black one running today because I'm a numbnuts and didn't bring a screwdriver up with me. So I can't, because it's got a screw in the bottom of these ones just to hold the body in place, and I didn't bring a screwdriver up with me. I am a silly boy. So yeah, there we go. So two very reasonably priced, nicely detailed, good running. I'm not, you know, it's another thing I can't, apart from, I exclude that BMO because that was just a nightmare, but all the other companies, Roco, Pico, Brava, Trix, Fleischmann, and you know, all the companies, you know, that I've had. There's a few companies that I've missed. I'm trying to think of, because one of those containers is with the company. Paul Vosman has quite a lot of their stuff, you know. But I've never had anything bad basically in HO, which I can't really say the same for a O gauge, and hence why I swapped. And you know, the day that I swapped, I'm more than happy with my decision on that. So yeah, and hopefully we'll be cracking on now with the refurb anyway with the house, and then we can hopefully put my Polish to good use. There's quite a lot of work to be done. So we won't be able to run this one, which is the one I actually went to. I'm really liking this livery, really liking it. So the Pico Intercity Cargo. That's really nice. Really liking that one. So hopefully I'll get a short, because I prefer to do shorts because I don't have to talk. I don't have to. I'm not in a position to, you know, say any opinion thing. I'm just literally show what I got to show. 15 seconds and it's job done. But overall, this is a Volmer building, and I'm really happy sort of with it. Still a lot of work to be done on it, but if you kind of, let me try and get a better position on that. But you know, if you look at it, and it's kind of like what you'll see at this sort of distance, looks exactly how I wanted it to: dirty, grimy, you know, and all the rest of it. And like I said, the tram will run just behind it once we get that in place and we get down to some proper modelling. And yeah, I think it will look all right. I was actually quite pleased how it turned out. It was a bit of a nightmare to put together. Not got too many Volmer kits, and you know, end result was good, but the instructions were a bit rubbish, or I'm a bit thick and not understood it correctly. I did get this. I've just popped it here as well. This is really cheap, a bush kind of line side hut. I've added a bit of graffiti to the back of it, and a whole sort of derelict building. Again, I've got a little bit of work to do on there, put some, you know, a bit of moss on top and this, that and the other. So it's still looking a little bit crispy and clean, but we shall, you know, get that weathered down and everything else. But it was a really good kit from Bush, actually. I really enjoyed making that one, and I am happy with results with this Volmer. And big sort of chimney, and yeah, it's exactly how I wanted it to look. And like I said, we'll get a little man on the chair, and we got a few other little bits to do to it, but overall, yeah, really happy. So like I said, I do apologize for the negativity, but there has been a lot of things that have grated on me for a long time now with this whole social media stuff. And you know, I've never been bothered about subscribers or anything like that. I'm just here to show what I can do in my shit situation, and it's as simple as that. But I just wish people would stop pushing their agenda or someone else's agenda on their channel, because you know, it's a hobby at the end of the day, and you're showing your hobby. Yes, you can show new stuff that's coming to the market. Yes, you know, but you know, and you can say, you know, more than happy for you to say, you know, in my opinion, I think this is a really good loco, or it's a really bad loco, or I'm on the fence with this loco. But you know, telling people that they should go and get it because it's brilliant, and when you can quite clearly see and hear that it's not brilliant, you know. And there's more to this conversation, but I won't get into it. You know, certain other people, you know, saying that people should stop whinging about Bluetooth and all the rest of it. There's a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to get all into that. It's just, yeah, not worth the headache. But yeah, just enjoy the hobby, you know. And you know, if your opinion is that you like it, then that's absolutely fine. But you know, just stop pushing your shit agendas on other people and saying stuff is shit when it's actually not shit, you know. When there's other stuff that, you know, maybe it's just unlucky, you know. Because like I said, I've got 3 different decoders here from 3 different companies, and like I said, 3 Motorola's, 1 Concepts and 1 Gauge Master. But does that mean that they're shit? No, it just happens. Just shit happens, you know. So I'm just going to leave it there. Like I said, sorry to be so negative. I'll literally just be uploading as and when I literally feel like it. Once I move, then I'll probably get some kind of do a video weekly or 2 weekly or something like that, because you know, if I've got nothing to say, I'm not just going to do a video just because I'm going to do a video. You know, I'll do a video when I've got something to say. So that is that. Like I said, there will be a few shorts here and there, just to tick the channel over, and hopefully we'll get this black one a decoder in it, and because really liking this one, really liking it, really like the livery. So be happy, be lucky, and I'll see you next time. Cheers guys, bye now.